Our next comedian I'm very happy to bring up has been on 30 Rock, Broadway Empire, which I love. You like that show? Great show. Give it up for the one and only Jonathan Dickson! Come on, guys, let's hear it!
Please, everybody, sit down. Sit down, please. You're already sitting down, aren't you? So I just saw this. Have you seen this movie, Now You See Me? You heard about this with Morgan Freeman and Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson? And what they do is they do magic, and then they use the audience to help them rob a bank. All right, so it's a pretty good flick. So we're not going to rob a bank, unfortunately. But I'm going to try this trick. I want you to watch this ball. Keep your eye on the ball. You ready for this? I know, that's terrible, right? Slow clap. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Come on up, yeah. But my name's Jonathan Dickson. I'm from South Carolina. I don't know if you can tell from the accent. Red state. Those stereotypes are true. I'm one of those conservatives. We love Jesus, babies, guns, sweet tea, fried chicken, collard greens, mashed potatoes, fried okra, fried green tomatoes, pretty much fried everything. I actually work in the city as a pastor. I work with a soup kitchen, work with the homeless, and I tell jokes. And now this is just me, this is my opinion. You can tell me what you think, but I found that it's very hard to be a Christian in New York City. And the reason is, now I don't do this because I found this rude, but it's hard when your God's go-to, your God's name is the go-to daily curse word. You're not going to see me, Dalai Lama. Dolly H. Lama. Allah! Allah! I got quiet here. It got real quiet here, didn't it? So, sorry if there are any Tibetan monks in the audience or any Muslims. I really apologize. Just jokes. Just jokes. If you can't, make fun of the ones you love, who can you make fun of? So, speaking of jokes, speaking of the Amish, do you like impressions? Do you like impressions? Want to see an impression? To the bag of tricks. All right, so this is my impression. Is this legal? Can I do this inside? I'm not smoking. Just using the. All right, so now this is my impression of an Amish man with an idea. Electricity is whatever. Let's see. Now, on a side note, before we get into it, I actually want to talk about sports. You like sports? I like sports. I was thinking, as Scott brought me up here, he's like, "Hey, give it up, the very funny, Jonathan Dickson. Hey, have you ever noticed that at the comedy clubs, everyone's very funny? When they introduce you, everyone's like, "Hey, give it up, the very funny, hey." Well, being from the South, we're wrestling fans. If you're familiar with wrestling, I need to, interpret there. But they get all this fanfare, and they get this pomp and circumstance. They have music, they have all this just big long diatribe. So I think that is how comedians should be welcomed to the stage. So for me, the next time I get introduced, I want something to be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? It is the distinct pleasure of the management here at the Broadway Comedy Club to present to you the evening's star attraction. Here he is, back after his exclusive 3-year tour of Europe, Scandinavia and the subcontinent. He's a real cool cat. He knows where it's at. He's my laundromat, my placemat, my Gilligan's hat, my fireside chat, and he's all this and that. Would you please welcome to the stage the man of the hour, the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, make you scream, "Howl!" like Jerry Clower. And if you like him or not, he's the best thing going today. And if you don't like him, you better learn to love him, because it just doesn't get any better than this. All the way from Anderson, South Kakalaki, put your hands together for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sweetness, fabulous himself, the very funny Jonathan Dickson. Hey. Thank you. Please, everybody, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Right. All right. So back to sports. We get sports fans. Sports. Does anybody here watch ESPN? Yes, ESPN, ma'am. ESPN. Okay. There's a show on there called Sports Center. Where it says, we're good. We're with me. You're tracking. So I'm watching. These are highlights. This is a highlight show. So I'm watching the show, and they have this guy who's bowling a ball. This is bowling championships. This guy's bowling a ball, and he's getting a strike. And then they have one of these instant replays in slow motion. Like, bowling's not boring enough. What do they think? We're going to say, oh, the ball went by so fast. Next, I think it'll be chess in slow motion. Queen takes rook. That's very exciting. Let's have a look at that, Bob. But bowling's fun, right? Bowling's fun. You get your friends go. My question, though, is, I think bowling's the only sport in the world where you don't, fantasize while you're watching of being the world champion. I wish I was that guy in the glasses. One day. But bowling's fun, but my question is, who are the people clapping and cheering in the stands? Wow, what a strike. Next, let's go to a library and watch people read. No, let's go to a hotel and watch people check out. All right. I like baseball. You like baseball? Yeah? Well, Yankees, Mets, Yankees, right? I know, yeah, Yankees, hey, Mets, hey, how you doing? Great. Well, I'm from the South, so we like Atlanta. We like the Braves, big Braves fans. But hey, Yankees, Mets, I go out there, it's great, it's fun. I like the announcers, I'm big fans of the announcers. They're like, here's the stretch and the pitch swung, and I'm in his line, Brian Basie. So after 3-0, Dickson hits the runs, Rams, Braves up 3-2, Maddox on the mound, back in a moment, pop fly, Harvey can get it. Now there's a lucky fan. You ever hear him say that? They always talk about the lucky fan. Now there's a lucky fan. These they hit these balls like, these things go like, rocket ships. And see, when you're listening on the radio, you're like, oh, somebody got a nice little, little ball. But what they don't tell you, this poor lady, was reaching for a hot dog, and yeah, that'll be 2 hot dogs. My neck! It broke my neck! Boy, I'm lucky. What tremendous good fortune I'm having out here at the old ballpark. Brain damage, right? So speaking of brain damage, hockey. Are you hockey fans? Yeah. We don't do hockey in the South. We're not into hockey. We don't even have ice down there. But I've been to a hockey game here. I went to one hockey game. Now, let me just tell you, my opinion, you can agree or disagree, I believe that violent, televised, bloody hockey is the chief cause of prison riots in America today. I believe this. I think, think about it. A player gets a 2-minute penalty. You're serving 17 years to life for the same offense. Grab a guard, a guy can only take so much, right? So, what I really like about the hockey of these announcers, I love announcers, I love listening to announcers, I love that. So, what I've noticed about hockey announcers is they don't breathe until someone scores. It's like they have oxygen tanks up in the booth. Have you witnessed this? Have you seen this? So I'm going to give you my impression of a hockey announcer. Lamb from the Lisiak, from the Buford, from the Land, from the blue lines, in the corner, sticking hard. Johnson, it takes a line to the board, the puck's loose, but it gets another, and back out, centers it, Lance, Lisiak, shot, save, rebound, score! Complete opposite of that, you ever heard of golf announcers? These guys sound lucky to be alive, right? It's like they're actually broadcasting from intensive care. Mickelson's, they just breathe. Got a really long putt. But now, how many people in here, I like to play golf, I'm from the South, we play golf. How many people get together and get 15, 20, 30 friends together, chips, dips, drinks, and then sits down to a riveting round of golf? Landscapers, maybe, right? Bill, that cart path, that's pea gravel. Great Myrtle, get in here, this is beautiful, right? All right, so let me leave you this evening with a little poetry. Yes. You like poetry?
Yeah, sure.
It's a little culture. Okay, I'm bringing this from the South. Now, there's a lady, her name is Maya Angelou. Familiar with her, our poet laureate. And she is a teacher at Wake Forest University in the South. And so, I'm a big fan of her poetry. It's blank verse. Doesn't rhyme, doesn't make sense, but hey, it works, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you, no one has ever heard this. This is brand new, right from Maya Angelou. I got it right from her this morning. This is for you. The real Maya Angelou. Hello. All right, this is a poem entitled A Rock, a Dog, a Banana. Reading. A rock, a dog, a banana. Rock of my garden. Old rock, jagged yet precious. Time has known you, but you cry at me. The snow has made you cold, still you have known heat. The sun beats down, your legs are invisible. A dog barking, but you cannot see. The dog can touch you. Hello, dog. Words unheard but understood, words of peace and war. The dog uncovers your soul, locked inside as a banana inside a peel. Waiting for air, waiting for truth, but to no avail. Truth cometh not across the prairie of time. It behaves erratically as the focus of the dog's attention. It is fleeting. What is your purpose? The dog's teeth are futile, trying to break your skin. You are protected. If the dog is to devour you, he must swallow you whole. Still the banana waits nearby, an easier target. Exposed to the sun, it turns brown. It sits without motion, visited only by the fly who feasts on its goodness. The rock falls back to the ground. Smart fly, dumb dog. Still hungry, the banana says sweetly and softly, good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, wow.